Good morning and welcome to another edition of Finn's Table Talk. I'm your host, Fish Tank Hank. With me, as always, is my wife and co-host, Kelly.
Good morning.
So, anyway, we're looking at which players are going to make the biggest impact this year. So, we have quite a few, that you can pick from. You got Tua, Waddle, Hill, Chosen, A-Chain, Mostert, Van Ginkel, Baker, Tyndall, Ramsey, X, Trill Williams, Wilkins, Phillips, Ogba. Chubb. It goes on and 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 on. We have so many players, but we're going to just try to pick about 3 or 4 and discuss it with you now on who we think will have the biggest impacts this year. So, who do you like first?
I'm going to start with the speed. I think that is our key to everything this year. Personally, that's going to put us really where they just can't touch us. Hill, and we've got new, Chosen Ed in there, and with Waddle, it's an explosive duo, and with Chosen, it's going to be great. That's mine. What were we saying? Who's the fastest Dolphins player? Who cares? They're all fast. That's ours to wear. Speed this year. Those are mine.
Speed kills.
Speed kills.
And I have a funny feeling that Miami's going to be leaving bodies everywhere because they have a lot of speed.
They're just not going to know what to do. They're just going to be left in the dust, literally, not knowing what to do with those men. It's great.
Yeah, it's who are they going to cover is the question.
Mm-hmm.
Well, who are they going to leave open? It's so many different things. And then you have the guys on the defensive side of the ball, who's going to get to the quarterback first? Who's going to intercept? It just goes on and on. We have Holland. We have all kinds of players. Now it's a matter of putting it together and putting it on the field. Yeah, we can be paper champs all day long. We can be off-season winners. That doesn't do us any good. We need to win, and we need to win this year. Enough of the hocus and the pocus. This year and next year, we should be a dominant force in the NFL. And in order to be a dominant force, it all starts with guess who? The quarterback. So for me, Tua Tagovailoa is the first key. And I think he's going to explode this year. I think his numbers are going to blow up. People are going to see him play like he's never played before. I have a funny feeling that he'll be in the talk for MVP again this year. So I think all those things combined, and then you have Waddle, Hill, and Chosen, those 3 wide receivers alone. And then you have Tanner Conner, who I think the tight end, he's bulked up a bit, and I think he's going to put in a little extra something for Tua to throw to. What do you think?
Oh, the bulking up. I think we've seen a bunch of that, and that's going to make an impact too. Not putting it on a player, but just bulking up is going to have a big impact, I think. And even mentally too, you see these guys just coming out. Yeah, I'm bigger, I'm better, I'm competing. It's really going to make a big impact, I think too. They've really concentrated on that, it seems.
And then you take a look at the running backs. You got A-Chain, Mostert. You have those 2 speed backs coming out of the backfield, along with Waddle, Hill, and Chosen, and Tanner Conner. What are you going to do? Who are you going to cover? I just don't understand what defenses are going to do or how they're going to do it against the Miami Dolphins. A lot of teams are going to find out that the Dolphins are a much tougher team than they're anticipating this year. And the Dolphins will come through. My next question is, how about defense? We talked a little bit about offense, and we mentioned 2 or 3 players there. So what about defense? Who's going to be our big players on defense? For me, I think that Trill Williams, who's been injured, could have an impact, a big impact, if he gets time to play. Him and Kader Kohou. So I think the 2 of them will probably be backing up Ramsey and X. And if they get some time in, I think that they're going to compete. Not only are they going to compete, they're going to go for some of the best takeaways.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
I see a lot of
Good support
takeaways
there.
this year, especially with Wilkins, Phillips, and Ogba getting after the quarterback. I see a lot of pressure. I see nowhere to throw the ball, and some people are going to get desperate. Quarterbacks are going to try throwing the ball away, and that's when Miami's going to take advantage. So I think on defense, I think Van Ginkel could step up pretty big. I'm really hoping that Tyndall learns the playbook from Vic Fangio, whatever it is they have to do, and hopefully he gets some plays going.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't like the fact that he's going into his second year and he's still just sitting there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. Tyndall, we were liking it last year, and we just need to see some.
We need to see him on the
Yeah.
field. We didn't see him on the field. We wanted to see him, and we didn't really see him. He had, like, I don't know, some crazy 3-9 plays, something. There wasn't much. He hardly did anything. But hopefully this year he learns the playbook and gets ready. The other player I want to talk about that people aren't thinking about is Bradley Chubb and Ogba.
Can't forget them.
Bradley Chubb and Ogba. You got Bradley Chubb, Ogba, Wilkins, and Phillips. You have so many dynamic players right now on the Miami Dolphins defensive line. I truly believe that this will be Ogba's and Chubb's big year for getting after the quarterback, along with, of course, superstar Jalen Phillips.
Absolutely.
So I think it's just going to be a nightmare. The Miami Dolphins are going to be a nightmare for whoever they match up against. And yes, I said whoever they match up against. As you'll find that the Dolphins fans are going to find out in the beginning of the year when Miami starts stomping people in the mud, that's how you'll know. All right. Well, that's all I got. Anything else you want to add in there?
No. I think our track stars and Tua, we're gonna take it this year. We're gonna take it this year. I'm already, just looking at our impact. I'm excited, but that's all I've got this morning.
And we're getting our car done, so we're getting it wrapped with some Miami Dolphins stuff. We have to drop it off on Monday, and we won't get it back for a couple weeks. So they're going to detail it and do all that stuff first and then wrap it. So hopefully soon, before 4th of July, we'll be able to show you
our Corvette wrapped with Miami Dolphins. Woohoo!
So our two favorite things, Corvettes and Miami Dolphins. So hopefully we'll have that for you in a couple weeks. And we'll see you folks next time. And as always, fins up.